Right. Hello. Hello, people. The starting soon seems to be there. I seem to be there. It's got little green lights on things. Hopefully, I am here. I don't know exactly what went on there. I've rebooted everything. I turned the entire internet off, so apologies for anybody that was using it at the time. Hopefully, it's working. Hopefully, you'll tell me it's working momentarily. I did get a message from Fox asking me what was up, but was I getting dropped frames in Streamlabs? I was. I did just now as well, but it seems to be on and working now as it should be by the looks of things. I like the green stream health. So yes. Hello and welcome. It's Pascal's fault for making me count down. Pascal's been doing a countdown for the last half hour, every minute. I think he's used up all my bandwidth. Only 8 minutes late. He put the pressure too high. Yeah, I have no idea what that was, but you know, I do reboot my internet from time to time. But yeah, I don't know. But we're here now, and where are we? We are here for the Warhamster. It's about there, I think, probably. Yes, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models, and this is Sunday evening, an evening with the Warhamster. It's not an evening with, that's Thursday. It's Warhamster time, the late show. Welcome back. Drop frames with broken broadband or broken computer, it says Fox. Yeah, or something going wrong with it. It's only using 10% of my CPU apparently, so I don't know. I shall soldier on and continue, and I'm sure it'll all be okay. And we'll find out if everything's working or not. My chat on my iPad has died because it got the internet turned off or stuff. I'll try reloading that. If not, I'll have to make do with chat elsewhere, which isn't a problem, but it's more of a problem because it's over there rather than over here. But yeah, oh no, it seems to be back there. There we go. Right. Hello and welcome. This is the Warhamster time. I'm doing these mega knobs. Look. Then it will have been a broadband issue. Reboot should have fixed that, says Fox. I'm hoping so as well. I'm just going to go away for 10 minutes and have a drink. I've got some alcohol. No, I'm just... Right. Now, before I get to the painting this time, you may have noticed, if you were here last time, I did this. And then after I'd finished it, and I was fairly happy with it, and it was all good, Fox told me I'd done it all wrong. The chipping, did in the wrong order. When I was doing it, I was thinking, it's not right. I couldn't pin down exactly what was wrong. But yeah, basically it's in the wrong order. I did the dark chipping and then the light chipping, sort of, yeah, it should be the other way round. So for next time, I'm going to be doing it better. But that's that one that's done. I'm not going to redo it. It's a learning experience, and it's all fine, so that's okay. It says 2 watching now, but more than 2 are chatting. Go figure, says Lynn. Yeah, I haven't got the screen open that tells me how many are watching now, so I don't know. But I'm sure some of you are. 17 apparently. There we go. Streamlabs tells me. So that he's done. I might do some more weathery things on the gun and things that I didn't really do, but for now, I'm going to call him completed. So there he goes. The little squig was done anyway. So he's completed. I've got to do something with the bases anyway. And my actual Warhamster is as done as he ever really gets. So these 2 are the remaining 2 to do. I decided to do the red one today. So I'll move the orange one out of the way. The red one is my my orc of choice, my knob of choice at the moment. I've got some paints ready, the ones that it tells me to use. Evil Sun Scarlet and Wild Rider Red, which are going to be used for the sort of dry brushing, sort of bringing back the panels to a little bit. And then I decided I've got the Troll Slayer Orange, which I shall be using to do the chipping. And then adding over the top of that the darker, whatever, Rhinox hide, things like that, to make it properly weathered. So we have those. Anyway, so Evil Sun Scarlet is the next one to use on that. But even before I get onto that, was that not a grot, not a squig? It was both. Look, there's two. There's one of each. I can't remember which one's which. Yeah, he's a grot, and he's got a squig under his arm. So yeah, see, I know what I'm talking about mostly. So yes, that's what I shall be doing momentarily when I calm down. But I had my first foray into Warhammer Online. I'm assuming, say, the audio's coming through okay. I can see the video looks like okay, but I can't hear the audio. I can see the little bouncy lines are going where they should be, but I'm assuming it seems to be okay for you. Let me know if it isn't, and you know, I'll be able to do nothing about it, so that's fine. Yes, very kindly for my channel birthday, Shane bought me a Warhammer voucher, which I went and used, and obviously used much more money than the voucher was for, because that's the way that shops work. I decided to pick up the pin vicey thing to save me. Audio's okay, video occasionally a bit low frame rate, but not buffering, so okay, good, thank you. Yes, I've got the pin vice, the Citadel pin vicey thing, so I don't have to use the Dremel anymore, because I've got the big orc battle wagon thing to do. So I thought I'd be drilling out some things, so I thought I'd progress to the professional Citadel pin vice thing, and it's very annoying. I was thinking when it came up and part like that, oh, that's somewhere to keep the drill bits, but it's just not long enough. There's no reason that it shouldn't be long. I don't know. They just annoyingly made it too short to put them in. So yes, I have one of those, and now also I picked up another painting handle. I thought I don't want to bother getting another one the same, because I can just swap between them. So I went for the XL painting handle, which I believe is the same handle, but with a bigger thingy. So yeah, that's the same, isn't it? I'm wearing it out already. That's the same, but the base bit holds a bigger base. I'm assuming it'll probably still hold one of these. Oh no, it doesn't go quite small enough to hold these. That's almost, but not quite. So yes, I won't be using that for these, but I will be using that for my next project. Aha! Project. I bought one of them. Dark Elf Dreadlord on Black Dragon. It looks like that. I didn't actually order the Dark Elf Dreadlord on Black Dragon. I ordered the Sorceress on Black Dragon, but it looks like you get one of them in the pack as well. I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to do that live now. I shall, again, I don't put a cover on my knife. I like to live dangerously and keep things exposed, and chance of stavity much improved. I do keep it on a magnet on the front of one of my Hobby Zone thingies. Get rid of the plastic. What was that someone said? Candygram said, will the larger vice hold the smaller vice, which could hold the tube pretty thingy? Oh, no, because it's rounded at the bottom. It doesn't... No, it doesn't hold. It's unfortunate, but they didn't think these things through, you see, like we do. So, yeah, let's have a look. Oh, it's Fox's Shouty Space Horse. So, let me have a look at what we've got here. We have two different bases. Now, I figured the base was going to be why I needed the big thing, so I can ping it on the floor. But yeah, the base will be, that's why I got the big thing, because I thought it would fit in there, and it will fit in there. Whether it fits in there, you know, that way or the other way or both or something. But yeah, I'm not sure why I've got a square base though. I'll have to have a look at the instructions for that. So we have two sprues. It's not a big buildy kit. We've got some rocks. Obviously the stand, the nice worn out dragon wings, the shouty mouth, they're not quite so shouty mouth, so you can obviously choose different mouths. Where's the bodies of the people? There we go, there's bodies of people. There's definitely boobsicles there, so yeah, you can have girly people. Lots of flesh tones on that. Ping, says Fox. Yeah, they did ping a little bit, but I caught it. Well, I didn't catch it, but I picked it up again. Yes, so there we go. That's building the body. Obviously, it's quite straightforward. And then you choose your rider. The rider can be assembled in a variety of ways. Here are a few examples. You can put arms and legs on. Yeah, basically several different riders. Sorceress, choice of weapon, Dreadlord, different assemblies of Dreadlords with different weapons and things. Position your rider. And then head and neck assembly. Again, choice of head. You've got shouty or not so shouty. I don't know what I'm going to do on that one. I shall decide down the line. I have decided that I'm not going to do a black dragon because, you know, why would I want to do that? I'm going to use an orange dragon because, you know, why not? It's orange, and, you know, I was pressured by my wife to do a red dragon. But no, I think orange is going to be my Warhammer colour, so I might as well focus on that and do some more of that. So there we go. Fox tells me that if he recalls correctly, the old Warhammer Fantasy used square bases to line up models in rows and formations or something. I could have just pulled it, made it up, but maybe he didn't. I don't know. Steve says, of course, biased on my own inherent Welshness, but dragons are meant to be red, not black. You get dragons in fantasy lore. Dragons traditionally came in I believe it's only 3-4 colours. You always got red, which was like the fire-breathing dragon. The blue, sort of icy lightning type thing. Black was just the sort of dark, evil sort of thing. But yeah, then they do come in lots of different colours. Apparently Skullfish is in. I haven't gone through and read through the entire chat because of the reasons of everything falling over and it not working properly. So apologies if you're in chat and I didn't mention that you're in chat. I know you know that you're there. And everybody's happy and everybody's here. So, you know, there we go. Right, let's carry on with some Wild Rider Red. I shall put him on there because I can't put him on my new big one. The new big one will be for Shouty Dragon. I'll move that to one side. I don't need them at the moment either, so I need to organise and re-tidy and do some things, but at the moment I'll put them in my paint booth. I won't be using the paint booth for painting at the moment. Actually, before I get to the painting, I might as well show you what I've been doing. What orange colour would go with grey? Any orange goes with anything. Orange goes with sort of things, it's lovely. I today have finished my little SD Sinanju. I didn't use the stickers for it. I brush painted the black and golds onto him, spray painted all the reds onto him, and I'm calling him done. He's just a fun little build that, you know, the companion piece to my big real grade Sazabi, which I can sort of show you a little bit because it doesn't really. Look, there it is. You can see it. Look, there's bits of it. If you want to see the whole thing, you have to become a patron. There are pictures around on the internet of it and things, but yeah, it's too big and I'm not moving the camera. So yeah, I've got to paint Char as well. I forgot about that. So yes, that is approaching finished. It's not quite finished yet. The 12th video is in the wilds, released to my patrons as the painting the second half of him video. There'll be one more video that I'll be making for that as an exclusive one, which will be doing the decals and panel lining, things like that on it. But, let's say, the Sinanju is finished now. I have the last video of that to edit and upload, which will be later in the week, no doubt. I do have one more kit to build, which I've decided that I'm going to start doing. I thought, I enjoyed the Sazabi so much, I'm going to do another one. Let me move him out of the way. I've got another Sazabi to do. This is another SD Sazabi, but a different one. It's, I don't know, it's a bigger box than the other SD, the Sinanju, and it's got more bits to it, but it's still a fun little little kit build thing. So I shall be starting doing that again, maybe this week, maybe next week, along those sort of lines, just as another sort of relatively quick fun build, if I can find somewhere to put it. There it goes, it can go down there for now. So yeah, that will be there, upcoming, available for everyone, not just a Patreon exclusive build, that one. That's that. Aidan Jones is telling Steve that technically you can paint it how you want, as Sigmar just keep opening new chambers to solve problems. I don't know what that means. I think it means there isn't a definitive correct way, or if there's a wrong way, then they just make it correct and tell you can get away with it. So yeah. Fox is saying that Chris is starting to get hooks on Gumplers. No, I'm not. And addiction is starting there, says Lord Barkley. No, not really. Not as bad as George. George has got, like, 76 of exactly the same Sazabi. But no, when I started doing the Sazabi as the patron thing, I thought it'd be fun to do the little SD version as a, available to everyone post. Because George bought me the Sazabi kit, so he sort of requested that I do it as a patron exclusive, and you can't really say no when he buys the kit. So I thought I'd do the other one as a fun thing, and then I got shouted at for it not being a Sazabi. It looked the same as far as I could, it was red, it had a shield, it's got a spiky thing on his head, but no, it's not the same apparently. So I decided to pick up the real one. So I've got the real one now. So I'll do that. That won't take very long. It's a quick build. It's easy. So what am I doing now? Now I am, according to the Citadel Paint app, I am using the next layer of painting. I can't remember which red it was. It was one of the reds that I'm doing as a sort of highlighty type upgrade thing. I noticed that it's not been that hot in here recently, but my moist palette is distinctly not particularly moist. So I shall just add some moisture to it. Let that soak in and around. I'll just bring some life back to that. Right, I've got that in there. I don't need that anymore. I can close that down. Look, I even used the device. Dad's not even here, and I used it, so, I'll put that to one side. This is, I say, just the sort of tidying up, lightening up, bringing home the panels a little bit. What brush am I going to use for that? I think I shall use, I had one over here that I thought was ideal for that. I can't find it now. If I can't find it, I can't use it. And I can't find it, so I'll have to use a different one. I shall go with my small, medium base brush. Skullfish just bought a new container to make a wet palette. The containers are nothing. This is like an almost disposable plastic thing. I use the top of it as my dry palette. I just blob paint onto that from my Vallejo bottles. So yeah, you don't need anything special to do that. Right, let's see. I'm about there in the middle, so if I try and keep it there, then that will be where it is. I'm probably not going to be needing my glasses of seeing to be doing this stuff, so we'll just have to see how that works, won't we? So I'm just getting some paint loaded up on there, getting rid of most of it. There we go. And this will be just little swirly, random, just brightening up the middles of some panels. Just bringing up the brightness from how it was before. Making it a little bit more red again, rather than too dirty. But the other two from the pack can get used for pack lunches. Yeah, don't mix them up. That's one important thing that I never did know. But don't especially don't send the kids off to school with your wet pallet instead of the packed lunch, because I would expect they won't be very happy. So yeah, don't ever do that. Right, according to the app, this was what do you call it? Tabletop ready, but using the next 2 layers of that and the Evil Sun's Scarlet will apparently bring it to parade level ready or something like that. So yeah, it goes from being painted all right to that little extra level of nice. And then of course I've got to do the chipping and stuff in the right order this time. Especially featured putting the light colour on before the dark rusty chipping in the middle. I think that's the right way around, isn't it? Try painting a model with a ham sandwich, says Lord Barkley. Yeah, that's also not ideal, but less getting in trouble than the other way around, I think. So how you all been? Are you all okay? Have you had a pleasant week? I know it's not been a week for lots of you. Many of you will be tuning in to earlier broadcasts, Fox's earlier Warhammer stream, obviously, and perhaps my Thursday night evening with show. If you did watch my Thursday night evening with show, what did you think of the new layout, the new streaming software, the new StreamYard software they call it? Apparently the quality is improved. The production values are certainly improved. Everything looks a little bit more professional. Boxy's telling me about chipping. He's saying paint chipping would be pink, light red chips first, then dark or rust chip painted inside those. Yeah, so that was pink or light red. I could use the pink, could I? Maybe Screamer pink. Would that go with the red? We'll see about Screamer pink or orange, and then the rust inside in the dark bits. Right. Worked well for me, says Swigging Pig. Silicon Mount Steve says it's been okay, Chris. Bought some things, started making things before finishing things, the usual nonsense. Yeah, that's fine. That's what it's all about, isn't it? So some people are, as Fox always says, some people are painters, some people are builders, and some people just buy things. Some people are stash builders, as in building the stash, not building from the stash. I don't think anything ever comes out of the stash from some people. But if that's what people like to do, then it's not wrong, is it? It's all fun. There's nothing that's say wrong with doing it that way. If that's what you're enjoying, then go for it. Some of that in there. Stuart Rose, we had a great time with Fox, but he told us you didn't have a pin vise, but you just showed him. I didn't have a pin vise. I did indeed, as he said, live on air 3 or 4 weeks ago now. Did use a Dremel to drill out. Not that one. It was that one. That barrel was drilled out using an electric Dremel live on air, and it came out all right. I don't know why everybody's moaning about it. Really, it's almost like I'd drilled it out with a puppy. It's a drill. It's made for doing drilling things. You can use electric drills for doing small, delicate stuff. If you're careful and have a steady hand, it works. There's no reason not to. The whole thing about modelling is using the tools that you have to hand, basically. You can go and get all this, proper modelling clips and stands and painting handles and things, or you can just use, a cork with a clip in it. It's great. When he drilled out the entire viewership clench, there was lots of mention of clenching in the chat while I was doing it, I must admit, and the I could almost sense the relaxation afterwards. The everything just sort of died down and faded away. I'm watching. There is a bit of I say drop frames on my video feed there. I can see when I'm moving my hands more quickly. But I say apparently everything is as it should be. So I can't do anything about it. If it is an internet problem, then I've done everything capable of doing on my end of the internet, even to keep it all smooth and running. So hopefully it will only be a brief glitch and everything will be back to normal. I reckon that's about as good as I get on that. I'm happy with how that's come out. So I'll do a little bit more with the other red momentarily. I'm just going to have a quick read through. That was that. Jerry says, from what I saw, it's a mixed bag. The quality was good, but all four on the screen at once wasn't the best to focus on any one person. I had to full screen it to get a better view. Yeah, we should have been full screened anyway, but yeah. But if all four of us are talking, then I've heard a lot of people complaining, well, not so much complaining, but mentioning that the auto switching between different people talking can be very distracting as well. So it's all, you know, one and then the other, isn't it? Steve actually rescued something from his stash that's quite a few years old in order to raid it for parts. I don't think that counts then. If you're only using your stash to break things open to use for other things. Evil Sons, that's the one I was looking for. I'll give that a shake while I'm reading. Chris using that drill was like you pulling that X-Acto blade towards you, Fox. It was much the same, yeah. They're saying it's like using a hammer to crack a nut, or in Halo terms, a scorpion to kill a grunt. That's fun though, isn't it? You can run them over, it's great. My sky has just gone down due to a thunderstorm, so you have my full attention, says Stuart Rose. Thank you very much. I appreciate full attention of everybody, anytime. Even if it is because your normal viewing preferences have shut down for the night. As long as your internet doesn't go down as well, because that wouldn't be much fun at all. Not having internet is, yeah, it's like one of the human rights being removed from you, isn't it? It doesn't feel at all right. I was without internet for a few days, and it was truly horrible. You don't realise how much of your life is online until that online has gone away. Everything from, you know, catching up on your favourite TV shows through apps and things. It's like, I can't. True, but if you go ahead, I would limit how many you have on, otherwise I think it will be way too much. How many have you tested with at once? That software, the StreamYard software, will only let you have 6 on camera at a time. It does apparently let you have 10. There's what they call a backstage area, where people are on camera but sort of greyed out and not visible to the public, but are visible to me as the host. Which is quite useful. That's when people come into the stream. That's sort of where they first drop in. And from there I can sort of choose when to drop them into the stream. And I can manually change the screen layout. So I can have the focus on just one person. Or, say, a few different varieties of screen layout. It's all a learning experience. That was the first time I used it in anger, as it were, live. Although I did do some brief testing of it before. But I wasn't going to be using it last week. I was going to be using a different software, but it didn't want to feed through to the place that it said it was going to feed it through to. So had to go back to plan B. So yeah, this week, being that it's not the last one in the month, I'm opening it up to everybody again. It's an evening with everyone on Thursday. So say everybody and anybody is more than welcome to come along and join me on camera on Thursday night here on this channel, this very channel, at 8 PM GMT, BST even, same time as this one was meant to start, not the 10 minutes after it did actually start, when we'll be using the same software and trying to figure out exactly how to get it to work properly and do everything. So hopefully I'll be able to get some use out of the backstage area with that, and see if it is going to do what I think it will do and how it will hope. The start soon screen popped up for a second, said Lynn. It really shouldn't have. There's no reason that would have popped up. Beyond Hope saw it as well. Yeah, it shouldn't be. Do we need to do anything in advance, i.e. download, etc.? No. I say no. And no. It is all based on the internet. There's no extra downloads or anything required. I will be posting up the StreamYard people do actually have a sort of guest information pack, which I put somewhere. I don't remember if I just put it to my patrons first of all to begin with, but I will be putting that up during the week on my internet page, which you can get to. It's part of my email address down there. It has gone blurry on there. I seem to be getting some more dropped frames and things, but no. Yes, if you go along to grossmodels.uk, the website, there's a post in there. I believe there's a post in there. There should be. If there isn't, there will be shortly, which will tell you all about it. So it'll be there during the week. You'll have plenty of time before Thursday to worry about it. But no, there is no downloads to worry about. It's basically just making sure your connection is stable, just like mine isn't. And then you're good to go. Obviously, a camera and mic are necessary. Certainly a mic is necessary. The camera is lovely as well. But then we can... the post is up now, says Shane. Thank you, Shane. Whether it's up... Shane is one of my lovely patrons. So he might be seeing it before anybody else. But no, I think it's up on the main website now. It will be up on the channel and everywhere in the group. So if you can't find it, you're looking in the wrong place. Try looking somewhere else. Oh, Fox has put up my Patreon link. Thank you very much. If you would like to become a patron and help support my habit, this one, not any other bad habits that I might have that cost money, pop along there, have a look. The starting tier of a mere $1 per month, which is, I say, basically negligible to most people, enables you to join in conversations and chats and posts and things with me. At the $5 a month level, that's when you get all the interest into the good stuff. That's when you can, see all the video updates and series. The Sazabi series is in there, as are a couple of other Patreon exclusive builds. And that's where you have to be to get the invite to come in every week, not just when it's an open to everyone week. Anyone in there is more than welcome to join me on any of the Thursday live streams. The links get posted up in there, sort of secretly and exclusively. So if you're not a member of the Gross Gang, which is a very select group of people, then that's your best bet for getting into any or all of my regular live streams. Not this one, obviously, because this is just me. But that looks like my painting now. Fabulous, but when you squint, but lousy up close. Thank you. Yeah, it's all gone very, very low res on my feedback there. Although it still says that the stream health is green and healthy. So I don't know about that. Hopefully it will be better for tomorrow's Z-Models stream. Let's brought that back down to a nicer red. I'm happy with that. It gives it more sort of, not depth, but sort of depth, sort of contrasty levels of use and wear and stuff. So, Gemma says anyone can see it on Facebook, as she saw it there. Yeah. Yes, it's on the Facebook page, which you can find. If you can get to my website, then you can get to everything. I've got a links page on there where you can find everything from Discord to Facebook groups to YouTube to what's the other one? Instagram. That's the one that I always forget. I do put pictures up on Instagram occasionally when I remember, but it's not very often, I must admit. I do keep forgetting about Instagram. Right, I need to leave him for a couple of minutes to dry off, so I'm going to get some more drink ready. Maybe tomorrow you let Fox be in charge of the page. Yeah, I think the plan is that Fox is going to be hosting the stream tomorrow night. Once I've finished here tonight, later on we are going to be having a test run. We're going to get me, Ted and Fox together to make sure it does connect through and work as it should, and teach Ted where the buttons are. So hopefully I'll be able to find the buttons before then. Yeah, this was the technical rusting thing that I put on there. I'm quite happy with how that's come out. I am going to go over it, actually I'll go over it now, with some more lead belcher, if I can find it. I think I put it away in my box. Because I don't want it to be quite that rusty, I shall be tidying it up a little bit further. Lead belcher. Right. I'll catch it when I get home from work tomorrow. Oh yeah, Lynn's had the weekend off, but she's back at work tomorrow, so there you go. Jerry says, there you go, Chris, supported. I don't know what that meant. Have you become a patron? That'd be lovely if you have. And you can, well, when this is finished, you can go and watch all the lovely stuff that you've got extra stuff for now. Extra access. I have indeed, Jerry. Thank you very much, Jerry. That's lovely. I don't know, is it linked to Patreon that this should have popped up a notification? But I don't know. But, yes, thank you very much, Jerry. I shall send you a message when I've finished to point you in the direction of all of the lovely stuff that you can find and become a part of on my Patreon page. As I say, tomorrow is an evening with everyone, mainly because Pascal said he couldn't get to the last one of the month ever, so I've done an extra one for him, and I bet he's not going to be there. You wait and see. This I'm just almost dry brushing on edges and things with the lead belcher, because it was a bit too dark and rusty and things in places. So I think this will just bring out a little bit more of the detail on some of the areas that would get worn a bit more, I think. That's my way of thinking anyway. Same with the teeth and stuff. Pascal says, I hope I will be there. If you're not, it's not a problem. I will do the occasional non-end of the month one. But yeah, if you're getting quick, then it'll be using the new improved software. So here we go. This is just, as I say, just the touching up. That was a bit too dull and grey. Now it looks a bit more used and worn and stuff. Apparently you might not be able to see it as being used and worn and stuff because the stupid YouTube algorithm things is dumping down the quality for some reason. While I'm leaving that to dry momentarily, I shall have a quick nose through and see. Jerry says, okay, I dropped Foxes and moved it to you. Yeah, I've said several times that if you have to decide between me and Fox, then it should be me all the way. No, it should be Fox all the way. Apart from the fact that he's much better than me. I'm sure you get more money's worth out of Fox. It's also this isn't my living. It would be nice if I could make a living out of it, but I don't really see that happening. But it is Fox's living, so he likes to, make some money, basically. Makes the world go round, apparently. Right, I'm just having a quick look at the settings there. Yeah, the auto's gone down to 144p, which is lovely. I can push it back up and select 1080, and it comes up as 1080, apparently fine. So, yeah, I don't know why it's... Apparently it was, but it isn't, but it might be. So if you are getting glitchy thing, try adjusting your resolution. It might get better. Skullfish says he had to manually pump the thing up to 1080p as well. Yeah, the frame rate seems to be a little bit dropped now at 1080, but the stream is continuing, it says. And it's come back. The stream is resumed and continuing. Maybe sort of a little bit. It's not my fault. My wife's downstairs watching the stream, and yeah, I don't know. I shall just wait and watch and see if it does actually start again. This is the one eModels is using. No, it isn't. This is the one that I've been quite happily using for months without any actual issues. So no, it says video output low again. Well, my connection is actually lovely. My download and upload speeds are beautiful. They're exactly where they should be. I don't know what the problem is. It might well be a YouTube issue. It might well be a me issue, but I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. It's buffering and... Oh, now it says it's good, your viewers are happy. But I don't think it means it. Yeah. it's yeah. Right. No, it is low, but apparently working, but buffering and doing more buffering and things. I should do some typing while you're here. I'll let me. There we go. So you know I'm not gone away. I'll bring it up here so I can do some typing for you. Internet connection is showing as good. It's all a tad dial up. Stream health has gone green again, but it's showing me as buffering. I hope Windows isn't trying to update. No, I always check for updates before going live. Let's come across stream options.